Ooh, the crazy comeback. So last night we had the play-in game, and we had Steph Curry doing Steph Curry things. It was Warriors Clippers, and it was at the Intuit Dome. So you had the Clippers, who were actually an incredible story this season. I think the Ty Lue quote where he's saying that they have to go 35-20 the rest of the season after starting the season like something like 5-25 or something atrocious. Like they were absolutely dead in the water. You had the scandal come out with Kawhi and Steve Ballmer making the shady investment with the tree company so that they could skirt the rules and pay Kawhi millions and millions of dollars. And then you had the, James Harden trade. You had just like everything was in free fall. Chris Paul, they botched that. Just a terrible string of events for the Clippers. And somehow they managed to turn it around as soon as they got rid of Harden, as soon as, Chris Paul left the team. They went on an incredible run and they finished the season. I think it was over. I was like 36-20 and 19. So they beat Ty Lue's own declarative statement that they needed to go 35-20 the rest of the way. And they end up making the playoffs, the play-in game. And they're playing the Warriors. And Steph Curry has only been back for like 2 weeks at this point. And then they were up going into the fourth quarter by a lot. I think they were up by like 12 or 14 points. And then Steph just started cooking them. So I teed this up for us. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. And there was just such drama in this game. It's so funny. All right, let me go here. Go to my little folder. Perfect. Okay, so you had under a minute left, tie game. Tell me, you guys, if you can hear the sound, because sometimes I'm not good at it. Tell me if you can hear this.
Turner's on it. Bumped Curry. Three. Good!
Watch Jimmy.
34 for Curry.
Jimmy loves it. I love that. He is so devious. Jimmy loves the fact that Curry's still hitting that. Yeah, Jimmy World, Jimmy Butler. I have a basketball group chat where his picture, the picture of the group chat is just a Jimmy with the emo cut that he wore for. That's a bad man right there. Yeah, big face coffee. All right, so that was a huge play, obviously, but we still had the Clippers had a possession, and this is where Draymond Green earns all of his paycheck. This is on Kawhi Leonard. It's going to be a very quick clip. There's only 11 seconds, but watch the defense. You have Kawhi here with the ball. He's coming up the court. Here's Draymond Green. He's right next to him. Watch how this unfolds.
Leonard has not scored in the fourth, and here he's got the ball and Green in front. Green steals the ball. Green stole the ball.
I mean, that's your ball game right there.
Curry drives. Leonard has not scored in the fourth, and here he's got the ball and Green in front. Green steals the ball. Green stole the ball.
That's your ball game right there. Incredible. That's why you still have Draymond Green playing valuable minutes and very important minutes in the playoffs. And the Golden State Warriors absolutely stun the Los Angeles Clippers at the most expensive home court arena in modern day franchise. I mean, I think that's by like an order of magnitude too. I think this arena and all of the technology in it's over like $2 billion. I don't even think the next newest arena or stadium comes close. So that's how it's going for Steve Ballmer and the Clippers. They got smoked by Chef Curry. That's a 9-1. Wow, even the Clippers fans. Blow up everything and tank next season. I'm begging you. Clem, the number 1 Clippers fan. And then poor Ken, the number 2 Clippers fan. He's on alert. We need to watch out for Ken. Over here, we have 3 Warriors fans. Al Horford, I was not familiar with their game. Al Horford, unbelievable. The guy was a huge piece of the Celtics for the past 4 years, and now he just is still playing valuable minutes, albeit for the Warriors, who are probably going to get bounced. I don't see them making the actual playoffs. They still have to fight for their lives. So the next round is going to be Draymond versus Desmond Bane. These guys hate each other. The Clippers can tank. Yeah, they got nothing. They're gutted. Structurally, they got nothing. All right, so that's your crazy comeback number 1. Number 2, we kind of flip the script here, and we go to San Diego. So our guy Don, let me set this up for us. So look at the score of this game, and look where we are. It's the top of the 3rd inning, 2-0 Mariners. And we have a Julio Rodriguez at bat, and he looks to be hitting a home run.
Fly ball out to deep center field. Jackson Merrill on the warning track leaps and makes the catch again at the wall. To third base, tagging up is Raleigh. Merrill madness again in center field.
There's that Jimmy Butler face. Julio Rodriguez giving him the old okey doke. He's like, I see you, young man. So why is that important? Well, I know, right? Like, this is insane. So for good reason, though. So now here we are. Oh, by the way, I should have totally capped this off. So Chris Paul, who got traded from the Clippers, not to be outdone, has to get this meme in there, which is absolutely diabolical if you're Chris Paul. Just dancing on the grave of the team that in the middle of the night dropped you. I actually don't blame him. This league, so dramatic. All right, so back to business here. We have that home run, which happens in the home run robbery, which happens in the top of the 3rd. So now here we are in the bottom of the 9th. They're down 4 runs. And this happens.
For a streak of wildness.
And leadoff walk. On the ground inside the bag at 3rd.
Notice how Don's voice and like the timbre and the tenor of his voice slowly increases as time goes on here.
Machado is headed for third base. Sheets headed for second. It's second and third. Nobody out in the 9th. Chops one back towards the mound. Munoz has it go off his glove to right field. Raley is there, and he makes the catch. Tagging at third is Machado.
He's still kind of like ho-hum, like, no way they're going to pull this off. Let me just go through the motions here. Yeah, we're scoring some runs, but this game is in hand.
He will score the 3rd run, and it's now 6-3. Line to the gap in left center field. That'll get down. Sheets coming around. He will score. France to third on the RBI single for Campusano. It's now 6-4. Laureano to left field, falling fast, and that's going to fall in for a hit. From third comes Ty France. It's a 1-run game. Line to left, it is a fair ball. Down the left field line to the corner. Around from second base, Campusano. Laureano's coming around. Padres are walking in. Barrel madness. Padres were down at one time 6 runs. Not anymore.
Oh my God. Screaming. So Merrill, not only did he rob the home run, but he had the walk-off there. Merrill madness indeed. Don with some incredible calls to kick off the season. I think the Padres have now won 7 in a row. And a couple of them obviously have been walk-offs, as we've seen here. And now we have this incredible comeback. So something special brewing out in San Diego, courtesy of Don and Jackson Merrill. Sorry about that. Getting a call. Seems that my phone is still on. Wonder who that was. We'll never know. All right. So that was the Padres comeback. Let's see what that was rated. Who's that? Kessler gave me a call. No idea who that is. Kessler's giving me a call this early in the morning, folks. I have no idea who that is. All right. Let's see. Where was that? Oh my gosh. 6-5. That's a shame. That means that the Mariner fans were salty last night, which I don't blame at all. My producer's sneezing on the side here. She's seeing if it got picked up. All right. So 5 runs in the 9th, and we got a 6-5. We got one Padres fan with the 10, and then we got 2 Mariners fans not happy at all. So this is a case, folks, of just needing more fans of each respective team so that one doesn't balance out or cancel out the other too aggressively, because objectively, like you saw, that's an incredible comeback, albeit contained to a single inning, probably takes some weight off of it. Walter Kessler. Yeah, that was like where my mind first went flame. I was like, that's the only Kessler I know. So we had Jackson Merrill's your player of the game, deservedly so. Thank you, Jack Sauer. I'm sorry about this, Snail. It should be much higher in my opinion. Hopefully that grows. This is a morning show, so we have a little bit of a runway here for this game to collect some much deserved ratings for the rest of the day, because I would say that this is definitely a green. This is like a 6-7 easily. So that's just crazy comeback number 2. All right. So, it's Thursday. You know what we do here on Throwback Thursday. We drop a classic every Thursday, going on, this is like the 7th or 8th week in a row that we've done it since we introduced it. And I think it gets received super well. I think the learning so far in the early going is that the community appreciates throwbacks that aren't really throwbacks like into the decades. I think the more recent it is to this timeline, I think the more ratings we see is what I've noticed. But this is the first time we've done a throwback where Michael Jordan is featured. So I'm hoping that people want to learn, you think? My producer, Molly, thinks people want to learn. No, I know. Yeah, and that's really the criteria. It's always like something where a game in which something special happened. In this case, we have Michael Jordan, who on April 20th in 1986, in just his second year in the league, coming off a season in which he actually sat out most of the season. So I'm not going to ruin all this because there is just so much rich plot and storyline here. But the motif, kind of the theme, is you watched the entire game, Flame, you sicko. That's incredible. Of course you did. How did you find the time to do that? Was it like shortened or something? Did they remove the commercials? I bet they did. You don't have to answer that. I'm just wondering out loud. But this is a record. So he scores 63 points in this game. This is a record that still stands today. Most points ever scored in a playoff game. So LeBron James does not, in fact, have every single record. There are still some that he will never touch. Yeah, ESPN Classics. There we go. So, yeah, I will, once the live is over, we will throw up the highlights of this one. I found a very interesting clip from the perspective of all the Celtics players on this team. By the way, this Celtics team was nothing to scoff at. They had 67 wins. They had McHale, Larry Bird, Parrish, Bill Walton. Like, this was one of the best Celtics teams of all times, and that's saying something. And so Jordan took him to double OT basically by himself, scored 63 points, and he still lost the game. That was like a big learning for me. I did not know that in a losing effort is when he scored all those points. And you'll see when they interview him after the game, one of the best teams. Yeah. 40-1 at home. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Well, I wonder what the 2016 Warriors record was. Must have been close to 40-1. Because you get 41 games home, 41 games away. So they lost one game at home. Wow. That's incredible. All right, Jack, let's see what you said. Number one Celtics fan chiming in. While I, of course, was not alive for this. This was one of the greatest games in Celtics history and NBA history in general. The rising dynasty of the Chicago Bulls versus prime Larry Bird, Boston Celtics. Jordan was 63 points, and the Bulls couldn't pull it off. I mean, what else can you say about this? A perfect overtime game. The Celtics would go on to win the NBA Finals this year, the third and final of Bird's career. Bird, McHale, Parrish was just such an incredible, special big three. Will always be one of, if not the biggest part of Celtics history. Yeah. I mean, I guess we're not giving any credit to the 11-time champion, Bill Russell. Maybe not, just because it was a different era. I feel like a lot of people like to diminish Bill's run there because the NBA was not competitive per se, but it's a discussion and a debate for another day. Ganola said Michael Jordan scores an NBA record 63 points and take the greatest home team of all time to double overtime. Yeah. Double overtime, couldn't get it done. And I encourage you to watch the video because the essence is a legend for both being. Yeah, he's just a wonderful human too. Wonderful human. Such an incredible ambassador for the game and also an incredible mentor for all of the young stars that came after him. So what was I going to say? Oh yeah, if you watch the clip that I'll put up.
Can you Google Bill Russell? He's the cutest human in the world. You have to show the screen.
Of Bill?
I just Googled him. He's literally the cutest human in the world. Go to images.
Which one?
Like this one. Look at that one. He's smiling.
Do you know why?
Or
Because look at all his rings.
look at the one going down. He's smiling. On the third one.
This one right here?
Click it. Click it. Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, he's a cutie. Certified cutie and
Certified cutie.
champion. Bill Russell.
Oh my god, he's adorable.
He's adorable. So back to serious business here. The questions that Jordan is getting answered and kind of like what he keeps saying is like, I don't really care about the points because we lost the game. Like, it doesn't matter how many points I score. If we can't win, it's all for nothing. So at the end of the day, this man is a competitor. And if you ever want to question that, just look at what's happening with him in NASCAR right now and how much fun he seems to be having winning NASCAR races. The guy just loves to win. Doesn't matter what it is, any sort of competition. So that's your Throwback Thursday game. First round, they ended up sweeping the Bulls. Crazy, man. Like Jordan went through it. He wasn't just like on the scene and winning right away. It took him a while, like a long time to become Michael Jordan. But this, I think, was the first actual playoff moment where people were like, watch out for this guy. Because I think in the game prior, he had something like 49, I think. So he came back and dropped 63 and still wasn't enough. Celtics like just swatted him away like a little fly. And then went on to win the championship versus Magic Johnson. What a time, the 1980s. All right. Want to close the show with a look into my baseball team, the New York Metropolitans, who are in the midst of what could be a record-setting string of losses here. So not only are the Mets just not a good team, but they're also just not fun. They're just not fun to watch. They don't score runs. They don't pitch well. They just got swept by the Dodgers after getting swept by the A's. And oh man, I was going to say they almost 3 sweeps in a row here. So they have lost, let's see, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 games in a row. One short of the super rare, highly coveted triple sweep. And every single one of their games, save for this one, and I believe that's because, yeah, we had some late game theatrics here, is sitting at a generous yellow. I mean, they're losing these games, folks, and they're not even 2 runs, 1 run, 0, 0, 0, 1. It's a joke. It's confusing. I don't know what's going on, and I don't know if there's going to be any signs of slowing down because they now have the Chicago Cubs, who are also, or I guess they were struggling. I think they're starting to turn it around now. But the Yankees, who won yesterday on a walk-off at the plate, play at the plate, seem to have at least temporarily stabilized. The Mets are still very much in free fall. The New York Mets are terrible. Last in their division. Losers of 8 straight. Who's this? Steinbrenner? Oh, the Yankees? Where did the Yankees? Oh, because the Yankees snapped their losing streak. So they're off the schneid and they're back in the win column. But if we see their recent string here, number 2. Oh, they're going back and forth in the chat. Sorry, I totally missed that. The Yankees, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, at least the Yankees are playing some entertaining baseball. Like, this was an all-time classic that I missed while we were off air. But at least they are fun to watch because they put up runs, because they don't really have that great of a pitching staff. So every game is going to be fun. The Mets are just abysmal. They're just not a good product right now. So we will be watching very closely. We will be, yeah, exactly. It's always something with them, literally. It's like you can't make it up because they'll just manufacture something brand new. There's always a new plot line with the New York Mets. It's always something. So that is our show for today. We had 9 people watching. First day back from a 2-day hiatus, but we will be back tomorrow, 9:00 Eastern. It is Thursday. It's a great day to rate some games. We got a full slate this evening. Actually, we're off from basketball. I noticed that. But let's see here.
I love today's stories. Comebacks and that suck.
Kuzi, you'll take that any day. Just wait till I turn my focus to the Blue Jays. Yeah, so